Mr. Mike, and this is the GamezAttack podcast, episode 54, as this show is being called Nintendo Switch 2 Predictions. Oh yeah, be predictions, folks. How's it going? How's it going? Oh yeah, how's it going? I hope all the audio that I just provided you is at a good level of satisfactory, because I just did a whole bunch of level testing and I re-leveled the podcast main audio, the main theme audio, which I will listen to when I get back to this. And I re-leveled a few other things like the air horn, the crowd, Pirates of Yakuza. Yeah, I re-leveled that on this audio as well. And I re-leveled my audio a bit. I'm hoping it doesn't pop, scratch as much. I hope I'm not too under-leveled, and I hope I'm not too over-leveled. Because even though OBS has a mixer in it, an audio mixer in it, I don't think it's that... that good, responsive. What can I say about it? It's not the best. It doesn't really, even though I'm all in the yellow right now, barely hitting the red. Like I tip the red a little bit. It goes deep, dip, dip. That's all it does in the red, a little bit. But sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, and then I get a little upset when I'm trying to listen to myself on the podcast app or a video or something, because sometimes my voice, I can tell. I don't know. You probably could tell better than me as well. But I can also tell that sometimes my voice will get a little higher, louder, or not as low as I can go. And it gets high when I get really excited and stuff. And I don't want to be blowing out the microphone all the time and blowing out the audio, especially for a podcast, especially for this video. If you're watching the video portion of this podcast, either on my website at OldFreakyGamer.com or YouTube.com/OldFreakyGamer-2023, or you can just type in OldFreakyGamer, all one word, and go and search that into YouTube. And remember to click the subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my channel. It's free. It's open. Do it. Don't even unsubscribe. You know, once in a great while, I'll get one person that unsubscribes. I'm like, why are you unsubscribing? Why? I don't unsubscribe from people. Why do you do that? Why do people do that? Is it just because they're just insecure about themselves, and it shouldn't bother you that I give you new content and stuff? I never understood that. There's faulty people out there that, there's not enough good content from this person, and I'm going to just unsubscribe, because you never know when there's other good content. You know, I might not always have the latest and greatest games played out there. Like, I'm not playing Assassin's Creed Shadows right now. I'm not playing Atomfall right now, which just dropped on Game Pass and came out. I'm probably going to be playing that Midnight of the South, or South of Midnight. Yeah, that's what it's called. Not Midnight of the South. That could be the sequel. If there's a sequel, ever could be a sequel to that game. I don't know, because you don't know how the story goes. But yeah, if they ever had a sequel to South of Midnight, if it ever gets a sequel or down the road, call it the Midnight of South. That'd be cool. Just flip the whole title around. But otherwise, yeah. That's coming out in a few weeks. I will play a bit of that, because that was seemingly very interesting to me. There's also the Doom game that's seemingly interesting to me. What else? There was that Expedition 33. Is that the right one? Because there's the 33 Expedition, or the 33 something that just came out. But there's this other one that's the Expedition 3 that's like an RPG-ish type of thing going on. There's a lot of games coming out, and a lot of them are Game Pass games, either from Microsoft directly or from third parties that are getting probably paid to put them on Game Pass and stuff, which is awesome. Awesome for people like me. I do plan on purchasing Assassin's Creed Shadows eventually. I'm waiting for it to go down a little bit. Now, this is my thing. We all know that Ubisoft eventually most likely their titles get knocked down in price a lot sooner than other games. And I plan on purchasing it. I want to get it digitally. I know I usually get stuff like that physically because they're not going to have a PC version of this game, at least for the Xbox PC port of this game. It's most likely going to just be like Steam and, of course, their store. And, of course, me being the achievement whore, I want to play this on my, Xbox and PC. And I'm thinking maybe I can do that because it says it's available for that console streaming to my, like I can stream it to my ROG Ally or whatever and play it that way. And I'm thinking maybe this could be some good use of that technology until Microsoft and other companies figure out or decide or whatever, get on to trying to get all these games on PC, the PC Xbox store and stuff like that. Everything's going to be tattered. And like I said, I don't want to buy the PC version directly from the Ubisoft store. I don't want to buy the Steam version because I have a problem, and my problem is I'm an achievement whore, and I want my Xbox achievements for the game. That is the only reason which prevents me of purchasing this type of a game on a Steam or Ubisoft store. Mostly, I would probably never purchase it from the Ubisoft store. I'd probably definitely purchase it on Steam, but it holds me back because I know I could get achievements for it because I know I'm going to be playing that game a long time, and I'm going to be playing a lot of it, and I know I could get a lot of achievements from it. And yeah, it is a self problem. It is my problem. I own up to that problem as a person, a guy, a podcaster, a video producer, streamer, gamer. Overall, I own up to that problem. I am an achievement whore. Any game that is and can be on Xbox and can be getting achievements, I go for the best course of the best course scenario. Luckily, a lot of games like the Yakuza games, the Persona games, the semi-failed, I hate to say, what's it called? Oh, Stranger Things? Not Stranger Things. Oh, man. I gotta load up the store. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody's probably yelling at the podcast right now. I'm sorry. I know. I'm bad. Oh, why is this so slow? Hold on. I know. Life is Strange. Yeah, I don't know why I called it Stranger Things. Like Life is Strange, that kind of games, that kind of stuff. Luckily, those people are more open to putting on the PC Xbox store and having it not only on the PC Xbox store, but having it cross play between me playing it on my PC. I can play on my ROG Ally. I can play it on my Xbox, and I can play it on all those devices, and my save transfers between them, and it's all great, and I can play on anything I want. So if I do want to play something on an Xbox or something, in my living room or on my PC or my ROG Ally, I don't have to worry about having a choice. I always have a choice. And then there's the other games, like your Grand Theft Autos and, like I said, the Ubisoft games and such. EA's games. Well, EA, I think you can get my PC, but you gotta still log into the EA store. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give EA any of my login stuff, but I already have an EA account, I think, too, and whatever. But those companies, they just want to either, you buy it from our PC store or you buy it on Steam, and that's it. We're not gonna just put our games out everywhere, which if you put your game out everywhere, people, and I mean everywhere, and at every store that you can, you got a better chance of selling that game a bit more to everybody. And what does it cost you? Nothing. Especially, I'm surprised all these stores, these game companies like Ubisoft and EA and stuff like that are not putting their games for sale on the Xbox PC game store, because don't they get charged a lot less than 30% for developers to publish through their online store, especially if you're already publishing it through their Xbox store. Wouldn't you get more money publishing it through their online store as well? I don't know. I don't, because they're way cheaper than, everybody else, than Steam, and especially definitely Steam. They're cheaper. Their storefront's cheaper than Steam. They might be cheaper than the Epic store. I don't know. But you would think that people would want to go for the cheapest storefront so they can get the maximum amount of funds and money potential for that. But what do I know? I know a lot of people say, well, doesn't the Xbox PC store doesn't get the most recent versions of the games, and that the games are a little bit behind than the Steam versions and stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. That's a publisher problem. That's a Ubisoft problem and stuff like that. That's their side. Otherwise, I don't care what version it is, as long as it works, it plays, and I can play the game. Does it really matter what version it is? You're not, unless if it's a multiplayer game like a Helldivers or something like that you play multiplayer with, and you need to have every version the same, like Minecraft. We'll just say Minecraft, because I'm going to be complaining about Mojang and Minecraft in a little bit. So, yeah, that is the stuff you want all to be the same version, because some Minecraft versions have different blocks and different stuff added to them than other versions of the game. And then they're going to have this update coming up, I guess, that is going to add more, I guess, fidelity or lighting and stuff. Not ray tracing, not the thing that people want like I do. Not better block graphics or anything like I do, but, they're going to give us some better, I guess, texture. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing better lighting and some other stuff, and they're going to add more crap to it. And I don't want to get in started yet. Not yet, a little bit. But that you have to have, everything has to be aligned in the versions and stuff. But it's interesting that, that a lot of these companies just don't publish on everything. And it's a question, and you can say, well, then they got business arrangements with certain places, and it's like, okay, if they're getting an extra bag of cash from like a Sony online or an Epic store or something, sure, do that. But then when it's off, put it on the Xbox PC store. I don't know what it is. If your game isn't selling well on your storefront, but it is selling well on Steam, why not put it on the Xbox store so you could try to get those people to buy on the Xbox PC store, and then you get a bigger percentage? It blows my mind on how that stuff is. It blows my mind. And just keep the versions the same. I don't know why they make it so things like that are so difficult. It must be something behind the scenes, maybe how Microsoft does business with that stuff behind the scenes and lets people update their games on their storefront. But you would think it would be no problem. There would be no problemo on that stuff. But, I don't know. I'm not in those. I'm not talking to them. If I was able to talk to Phil Spencer or something and find out why people aren't doing that, and wonder what the percentage is, because I'm sure, like I said, before the percentage was a lot lower than other storefronts, so you would think that they would want to do that. I don't know. And Microsoft, they do a lot of good advertising. I see a lot of advertising for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I hear a lot of people talking about it. I don't see too many people playing it on YouTube. I'm just looking at my most, my current streamers and people that post videos, because there's all the other people I just do not like watching. My biasness on it. I got my few people that I like to watch, and yeah, but I'm gonna definitely play that game. That's gonna eventually, I'll buy it. I don't know when. Like I said, I want to wait till it goes on sale. Hopefully sooner than later. I will be definitely using my reward points for that game, because I am building up quite a big supply of new reward points just to save some money on that game. So that's going to be great. But in the meantime, I'm playing, like the games that I played in the past week, which I'm going to be talking about now. Let's see here. There we go.
The games that have been played in the past week.
Eventually that'll be the norm, is a week when I actually try to do this podcast every week. which I think I'm going to start then in June when I try to do that, where I'm going to do, this is a weekly podcast again, which I used to do back in the day, but then I stopped. And then I could do that now and it'd probably make the podcast a little shorter. I don't know. But the games that I played on the past week, Mullet Madjack on the Series X. Fun game. It's a very fun, it's a fast-paced action runner game, repeating runner game. You're going through these places trying to kill and chop up as fast as you can. You can go and do it on and use timers if you're better than me. But if you're slower than me and you got the slow Mr. Mike fingers, and it's just because of time. Played a lot of games, do a lot of construction work and other work. So my fingers, you can hear them cracking. Hopefully it's picking it up. It might be, the sound might be dissipated because of NVIDIA broadcast. It might have muted my cracking. But if you heard my cracking, yeah, I do a lot of work with my hands. I work in my job with my hands. I work on a lot of wood projects here at home, a lot of construction, a lot of gardening, you name it. My working out, my hands are fucked. My hands are old man hands. They can play games. I can still do stuff, but I can't hit triggers and stuff super fast. That's a problem with me. That's why when you see me do my gameplay videos and such and I play games, I like to play them on a lot easier, unless if it's a game I know I could go up a higher level or keep it at normal. And I usually do keep the games at normal, but a lot of times I like to keep them a little easier because I know how much this and how quick I gotta go, and I know my hands and fingers aren't going to be ready for it. And some people are like, "Oh, that's the wussy way out." That's just how I can play. I got an accessibility issue here. I'm I'm a little broken here, but that's okay. That doesn't let me get me down. I'll play the games and I still have fun, and I'll play with a no timer on a Mullet Madjack. It's fun. It's like a cyberpunk anime-ish kind of game. It's on Game Pass right now. It is fun, fun as hell. Even though I'm not the best at it at all the times, but I got a video coming up this Wednesday, which is also Nintendo Switch 2 announcement talk day. That's when that's going to come out. So if you want to watch me play horribly in Mullet Madjack, but having a lot of fun, that's going to be a fun little video. And it's a smaller video. I just wanted to play it and put it up on my, as a Let's Play this Wednesday, for this upcoming Wednesday, because it's going to be fun. But that is something I've been playing. I've been playing that regularly on my Series X, and it plays great. I could be playing it on my PC, but I figured, this is a good Series X game. Why not? Play it on my console. Also, been continuing my adventures through Avowed. Not making so much progress, but I like to search around a lot. I like to collect. I'm loving to just kill the enemies and then going back, and then it's like, oh, all the enemies are dead. I don't have to worry about more enemies just spawning in this area and having to re-kill them. But slowly making progress. I should try to go push farther in the game. I should try to just do more story. But I have been doing side quests and side stories and stuff, and going off the trail and searching everywhere, because everywhere is fun and beautiful and stuff in Avowed. And I should do another Let's Play of that eventually. And nobody's talking about it. I barely hear people talk about it. Like, I listen to the podcast from other gamers and reviewers and stuff. They might mention Avowed a little bit, or they're like, oh, I'm still playing Avowed, or I'm almost done with Avowed, but they don't ever talk about it. I never see videos of it. It's sad because it's a great game and apparently people are loving it, but I never hear anything about it. It's just like you don't hear much about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's a game I'm going to get back to eventually. Eventually, mind you. I don't have to worry about it because it is a Microsoft published game. So as long as they keep Game Pass alive and running forever, hopefully, knock on fake wood here. I don't know. On wood here, that service will be around for a very, 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 very long time, and I will keep paying for it, and I'll still keep getting my games played for free, and that game should hopefully be on there for forever, at least long enough. I don't know what licensing would be between them and Lucas Art Films or whatever, Lucas Games over there from Disney, but I want to get back into that eventually, play through the rest of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But Avowed, it's a great game. It's a fun game. I love going back into it. I love, I'm building up. I'm pretty much a badass. I'm pretty powerful. And I feel powerful. And I like going through. The only thing that always bothers me a little bit is like I've tried to upgrade my weapons, try to upgrade my armor, but it takes so long to do that stuff. It takes so long to find the right Theatril or something, and I gotta find like the certain kind of plant or whatever it is, and I gotta get the metal, and it's like, and you don't find it everywhere. It's very scarce, even if you go into the shops and stuff to try to buy it. And what are you gonna buy it with? You gotta get the money, and you gotta go and go to the shops and get money, and it's like, So, but otherwise, I'm pretty high powered and leveled up, and my companions are pretty powerful, so I'm not too upset about it. It's just a little gripe of mine, and I know it's something to keep people more interested in getting through the game because they can level up farther. I'm only in the third part of the game. I consider open world. I know a lot of people don't consider it open world because they're like, oh, it's segregated between areas, but if you think about it, it's like it's open world because you're in those areas and they're open world areas. They're big and whatever. Let people say what they want to say. We can all think differently on it, but having a lot of fun in Avowed. My character's badass, sexy, badass. The story is interesting enough to play. The characters are always. Is it wrong of me to get really attracted to the lizard ladies in the game? Now, you got Kai. I think that I said his name right, Kai. He's a lizard man. These are lizard people. They got the scaly skin and face and all that. And then we're meeting up with these lizard ladies, and I'm like, damn, she's got scaly skin, but she still looks a little kind of hottish. Maybe I got a lizard lady fetish going on here. I don't know. You got your furries out there. Why not your scalies? Can I have that? My scalies? No? No? I can't have the scalies? I don't know. They made the lizard ladies a little sexy, and I'm like, they can slither into my bed anytime, or anytime. Wow, double trouble on the horn there. But besides that, yes. And I said this about 20 times already. Fun game. You got Game Pass, get it. It is it coming to PlayStation eventually? If it does, PC or PlayStation people, buy it, play it, get it. I'm pretty sure Avowed will come to a lot of things. They got to optimize it a little bit more because it does take a lot of CPU performance and stuff. So if they do want to put it on the Switch 2 eventually as well, maybe optimize it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe because I got it all on super high and stuff, and it runs great on my PC, but it does take a lot of PC. I can hear my graphics. I can hear my PC rev up and my graphics card rev up in the closet over there. You can hear it go zzz. It doesn't bother me because it's all the way in the closet over there. Hence why I got my PC all the way in the closet over there, so you can't hear that while I'm doing gaming and streaming and podcasting and stuff. So it's great like that. But I got it again for the 50th time. Avowed, great game. I can't wait to see what they do with the Outer Worlds 2 from that company because that's supposed to be coming out this year too as well. And like I said, like me and like a lot of other people bounced off the Outer Worlds first Outer Worlds game. Hopefully the Outer Worlds 2 does a little bit better because yeah. Not that it was super bad. It was just something just bounced off of it. But Avowed, I want to keep going back over and over again. It's just that much fun. And then this game that is always a big ball of fun because they're all a big ball of fun in this series. And that would be the big ball in the series of fun of games I'm talking about RGG Studios' Like a Dragon series, or Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which Majima and Rich and what's his name? The kid. Oh boy, I should know his name because he follows me everywhere and I talk to him all the time. And the kid, the cool kid that I always consider him a cool kid. Not Alex. Oh shit. Brain bad. See, old Mr. Mike, old freaky gamer. People ask, "Oh, you don't look at that old Mr. Mike." Yeah, but still, I might be only 38 years old, but brain, old freaky gamer brain. But having a ball and that, I'm pretty much almost done with that game. I'm pretty much almost done with Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Story wise, almost done. I am at the very end of the chapter 4, and then it goes into the finale. On my last stream that I just did on Friday, I could have ended chapter 4, but I was getting a little sleepy and I had some other stuff I wanted to do that day, so I kind of ended the stream a little bit early. If I would have known I was at the end of the chapter, which I was pretty close to, I should have maybe ended it the way it could have ended. But oh well, it doesn't matter. We'll pick it up on Friday where we do more of that, and then we get into the finale, because chapter 5 is just the finale of the game. So I got to do some more side questing. I got to do some more stupid, sub stories and extra stuff, and I'll battle some more do some more ship battling in Mad Atlantis. Try to get kill up the ranks of those devil flags. The devil flag people. I got to do that as well. Try to beat more of them. Try to maybe beat that side story. And then when that's all said and done, then we're done with another Yakuza game for this year. And we'll see if next year RGG Studios pops out another Like a Dragon game, or if they're just going to be popping out something else. I don't know. Because they usually get these games on a yearly basis so far, but are they going to continue that trend, or are we going to have to wait another year beyond that? Which, you know what, it doesn't matter to me. If they want to upgrade their technology, want to take a little more time on their other games, like their Yakuza or Like a Dragon proper game that they like to consider the turn-based part of it, they can do that. I don't mind. I'll be a patient Yakuza guy because I play a lot of Yakuza games, and I still got to finish and play up the rest of my backlog of Yakuza games that I already played and beat like twice over. But I still got a couple that I'm gonna beat again one more time and play through. But yeah, I've been having fun being a pirate and being Majima and a pirate. He still doesn't know his own background or anything because he still has his memory lost, and I'm sure it's going to get knocked back into him at the end of the game somehow. The story's phenomenal. All the characters are phenomenal. The ship battling's phenomenal. Could they maybe get away with doing like a sequel to Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, maybe with Ichiban and the crew and others and stuff like that? Maybe they can meet up with Majima. I don't know. I would think they should try to do that again, or in space or something. Where can't a Yakuza or former Yakuza go or not go? That's the question. Because I would there's so many possibilities. Especially having Majima, he's such a great character. I'm so thankful and happy that they made him the main protagonist of this game and just made a game just around Majima and a pirate. At first, I'm like, pirate? He's being a pirate? We're going back to the Hawaii and he's going to be a pirate and all. And I'm like, I was like a little edge of my seat kind of a person right there. But then I'm like thinking, wait, this is going to be great no matter what. I'm sure it's going to be great. And sure enough, it is. And the music, all the other stuff, all the fighting. Oh, it's just hearing this, just alone, hearing this. Right when you start up the game, just gets you right into that game. Oh, yeah. Just listen to that. Oh. That is awesome. And it just goes to, oh man. Oh. But like I said, eventually I will be completing a lot of it, and I'm not going to 100% it, but I'll complete a majority of it, because then it just gets repetitive. Like, I finally just got the last of all the bounties, which was impossible to find, because the last bounty, and mind you, if you're looking for it, if you're like me and you're trying to collect all the bounties in Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and you're stuck like me and you were trying to find this last bounty and you can't find it, here's the thing: there's a bounty list in the main menu section that I didn't know about until the time I was doing my stream, and then it showed me where it kind of was, and it told you it's in Madlantis, and it doesn't show up on your map either. It's in Madlantis. It's in that little. It's by where you go into if you get into the access to your hideout in Madlantis, your little safe section where you can, level up your health and stuff. That's where that last bounty is at. He's in there, in that area, in that back area that you unlock eventually, and it doesn't show up. He doesn't show up on any of the map, and he's quite an easy one too. It's only like a $16,000 bounty, and it's very easy, but you don't see it on the map, and I'm like, okay, why is it not showing up on the map with the little red handcuffs? But finally got it. Finally beat that stuff. I was so happy about that. Trying to do other stupid stuff, beat the rest of that, get a few more achievements, play the rest of the story. I don't really need to upgrade anything. I want to upgrade Majima more. I want to get him maxed out, but I can't because I've still got to earn points. And only then, when I get points on top of the money, I got plenty of money. I'm loaded. I'm rich as hell in the game. I don't need any more money, but I'm gonna get probably more money. But I don't need any more money. What I do need is points so I can level up Majima and such. And until I can get that, which I'd probably have to play New Game Plus or replay everything again to get the extra points in Majima to level them up and stuff. But that's what's kind of bothersome with me. It's like, come on, game, give me the points so I can, level up Majima. Not that he needs to be leveled up too much more. He's got all the rings on all his 10 fingers and thumbs and stuff, and he's got his skill set. He's leveled up on health and all that. He's pretty badass. Majima's pretty badass, and he's one of my other characters that is super badass, that I just don't have to worry about him and his partners, But and little baby Goro, he's awesome too. I wonder what's gonna happen with that little tiger cub, because how do you have a tiger cub and not have the authorities coming after you? A lot of questions about that. Fun game. Like I said, it'll be beaten sooner than later, way before Avowed, or anything else. And when I beat that, then I just got to go back to GameOn sessions, and then I got to think of what I'm going to play. I'm probably going to play more of the other games I was just talking about. Probably also that Ninja Gaiden 2 Black game that I finally advanced. I finally figured out what I had to do, and I had to look up a YouTube video to figure out what to do. I was stuck in that game too. That's another game I got to play more of and beat, because that was pretty fun. And it was pretty fun up to the point where I got stuck and I couldn't figure anything out. And then finally I figured it out after I watched the YouTube video of somebody else playing, and I'm like, oh, stupid me, Mr. Mike. But yeah, a lot of fun games there. And of course, I don't have to really talk about Vampire Survivors. You all know what the game is, how it's played, blah, 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 blah. It's fun. Sometimes I'll jump into that, do a little bit of vampiring and surviving and stuff like that. And last time I already beat that Road 96 game. That was fun, but that was last time. So those were the games that I've played in the past weeks. Mostly it's going to be Avowed. That's going to be my main game going forward after Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is done, even though I've been just going back and forth between those two games. But definitely going to be playing more Avowed. And then, of course, the South of Midnight will be coming out. Other games will be coming out. stuff like that. So why don't we talk predictions and stuff first before I go into ranting and complaining? Because we got you're going to have another podcast. Yes, there's going to be a number 2 GamezAttack podcast this week. Oh, aren't you lucky? This one's going to be a special podcast. This is going to be the Switch 2. They already revealed it, but they're going to talk about it, mention price, hopefully mention games. Hopefully a lot of stuff is going to get mentioned during this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on Wednesday, and I'm going to watch it. I'm probably going to try to talk over it or around it or something, and I'll talk after it. We'll do a podcast on it. I'll have the video version of it, and I'll have the audio version of it. It's going to be interesting on what we're going to see, what they're going to say, price point, all that stuff, what games are going to hopefully be launching with it, how many Microsoft games are going to be launching with it, stuff like that. And I want to talk, let's predict on, and I know a lot of other podcasts were doing that already, but I want to get into my own predictions of what I'm predicting will be happening in a couple days, because when you hear this or watch this, I'm doing this on Monday. That's on Wednesday, so that's 2 days away from today, so it's not going to be that long for you guys if you're listening or watching this ahead of time. But, yeah, what to predict on this Switch 2 Direct that is happening Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And other people, it's even earlier. So, what I'm predicting, cost-wise, I am thinking this is going to be at least, and after, when they show it off and they mention the price and date and all that other stuff, we'll see if many of my predictions are correct or wrong, if I'm all wrong, if I'm correct at anything. So this is all predictions. I do not know nothing. I'm not in the know of anything. I'm not a Jeffrey Grubb or anybody else that does that stuff, that combs through or has sources or whatever. I'm not one of those people. I just try to look what I can best get from the internet. I listen to other people out there in the games industry or whatnot and podcasting, and I make my own predictions, and I predict on seeing where did the industry happen before, when did stuff get released before. I know last time this original Switch and other consoles got released, that was before and kind of during the pandemic, so it was a little different story at that time. So this time it's a bit different. I am thinking that this cost, and I got my show notes here on my phone. That's why I'm reading on. If you're looking at the video version of this podcast, I'm looking down. I'm looking down at my show notes, which are on my phone. So I'm predicting that that this machine, the way that if it's going to be more powerful, newer hardware. I'm not even talking about tariffs. I know a lot of people are registering tariffs and all that shit right now. I'm not even going to register tariffs or any of that right now. I'm just going to say straight up, Nintendo is going to probably want at least $450 to $500 for this machine. If it's going to be as powerful as people are saying, and I know they said there's going to be up-resing and shit going on from NVIDIA, from their graphics part from NVIDIA. So, but still, if you're going to need that power and that, to run a lot of these next-gen games, and if a lot of these, companies, third parties are going to want to port a lot of their games, like Microsoft and others want to port these games to the Switch 2, they're going to need a little bit more of that horsepower to play the games, to make the games run better. So Nintendo can't make it too dumbed down. They got to have a nice semi-middle leap enough so it doesn't look too out of date like this original Switch did, when people were saying when the original Switch came out and they were playing games and we were playing like Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we were playing Pokemon and other stuff, and sometimes you see a little slowdown or stuttering and some other stuff, but it's minute and not super noticeable, but you noticed it because a lot of that stuff probably needed a lot more horsepower to play on. And they don't want that to happen this time around. I'm sure Nintendo, I'm sure the people, the execs, the hardware people, Miyamoto, whoever, the game makers, third party, first party, I'm sure they're all like, okay, we're going to make this Switch 2 a bit more powerful than we normally do because we know people are going to want to port stuff to this. We know our game's going to need a bit more power. I know we're basically focusing on our games first compared to third party because that's what they care about. They like port a lot of their games to their hardware first, and then they're like third party second. But they're not going to be blind to not having third parties come and jump on like Ubisoft and Microsoft and port a bunch of titles to their system, and they want them to run well because they want these people to port because they want to make a little extra of that ching from their system and sell more systems and sell more software, a combination of that stuff. And I'm thinking, and this is going to be a sting to people, but if you look at stuff like the ROG Allies and all that other stuff, they got to compete with all that. And all that stuff could emulate, play any games from PC, consoles, stuff like that. This rumored next Xbox portable / Asus ROG Ally Xbox. That's what I'm saying. That's my thing. That whole new handheld thing that's going to be coming out. I'm sure that's going to be hopefully more powerful. But it's not going to be cheap. And I know people want cheaper hardware, but you're not going to get that, especially now. And like I said, I'm excluding anything talking about tariffs here. In the broad overall, things are way more expensive. Hardware, graphics, power, all that stuff. You got to put in an account games. It's going to be more expensive to run these games on this stuff, especially if you want a cool handheld that plays console, PC-like games. You're going to need that little bit extra boost because we're not making these games like back in the 3DS and 64 eras and stuff like that where Nintendo Wii games can play on anything, even on your cell phone. But I'm predicting it's going to be like $450 to $500. I would be not too shocked, but I would be shocked if they just said $399.99. But it would be smart if they did it at that price point. But I'm guessing it's going to be $450 to $500. That's what I'm predicting. $450 to $500 for the Nintendo Switch 2. I know people aren't going to like to hear that because I know people want to buy these and give them to kids and stuff. But times are different. Getting chips, getting things mass produced, all that stuff, shipping, stuff like that. And this is all before tariffs. Costs more than it did before. Back in the day, everything costs more. You got to pay people more, got to do more. So that's my prediction. If they get it cheaper than $450 and stuff, I'll be happy. They maybe could get it at $399.99, because they're not going to have an OLED screen on there, but I'm thinking they're going to want to make, they want to make money on all their hardware. They don't want to lose any money. So that's my prediction for that. Will it have a summer or fall launch? I'm still thinking fall because fall would be a decent time before the holidays where you get more sales and people have more money for gifts like that, especially if it's going to be a little bit more expensive during the holidays. Parents and people are willing to buy it more around the holidays, during the cooler seasons, because people are going to be inside more, playing games, doing all that stuff, and they're going to want to buy this stuff and they'll be willing to spend money on that. But a lot of people around have been saying June launch. Could they do it around June? Sure. You got school ending and stuff around a lot of places, graduation presents, gifts like that. But to me, I don't see, unless if it's birthdays and stuff, and like I said, graduations and stuff, I don't see parents wanting to spend a chunk of change for a gaming console handheld for their kids because of summer coming up and stuff. They'll be wanting to wait for that fall and winter time when it's holidays and stuff and Christmas and all that to do that stuff. But could it happen? Possibly. Has anybody released stuff like that? Yes. You know, the Asus ROG Ally. Whoops, and I'm stepping on my wires here. Hope. Asus ROG Ally, even though it's a computer basically, a handheld computer that plays games, that's not from Nintendo. It's not from any of the big companies that make these consoles and hardware and stuff. They ship their ROG Ally during the summer, and it seems to have been selling quite well. Not as much as people say for Steam's consoles. And I think, didn't the Steam handheld, the Steam Deck launch in the summer as well? Or am I wrong on that? Should look that up, but I'm not going to at the moment. But I'm predicting a fall, you know, at least, you know, when school starts to the fall, September to whenever, when the Switch 2 releases. Especially it'll give people, because I've been also hearing that a lot of other third-party game publishers and companies have not gotten any Nintendo Switch 2 hardware to debug hardware to, you know, make their games with and stuff, that they've been just making their games alongside of trying to talk, and my brain doesn't want to catch up to my talk like usual. They get the specs on a sheet, and then they follow the specs on a sheet, but they want that debug hardware, that game making Switch 2 debug hardware, so they can actually see how it plays, how it works on an actual Switch 2 for their games. So a lot of third parties out there, if they're not one of those privileged biggie ones, which I'm sure Microsoft's going to be one of those privileged people because they got a good in with Nintendo. Ubisoft's definitely got an in with Nintendo. Maybe EA, I don't know. EA might have an in with Nintendo. I don't think Take-Two gives a shit. I don't think they put too much out on Nintendo hardware, so I don't think they're getting it. But, you know, some of the big guys are going to already have that hardware, and they're going to want to publish their games. But then you got other smaller third parties that don't have the hardware, that need that hardware so they can finish these games, get them out there to be, you know, stamped and published and all that stuff and put out there. I'm thinking Nintendo will want to have enough to a lot of games at launch so that the system has a ton of choices at launch to play these games. And I think they're going to wait till these people get their debug hardware first to get these games made and finished in time for a fall launch. But then I also hear people say, well, if they launch it in June, knocking shit again. If they launch this hardware in June, then they're going to, you know, have 2 waves of launch software. They're going to have the first wave with their first party stuff and some third party stuff. And then when the fall comes, they'll have a new slew of games to come out for it. So they don't really have to worry about it releasing right away, or other people getting their games done right away to release this hardware. They want to give some time in between. They don't want too many games out because that's how Nintendo thinks, which is a good way to think. But, you know, a lot of these companies want to make that money sooner than later. But I'm still predicting fall launch. But like I said, a majority of people have been saying June, which, okay, I could see it happen. I don't see as many people buying it in June, but I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong on that, but we'll see. Will it be an LCD or OLED screen? Of course it's going to be an LCD screen because they want to keep this unit as cheap as possible. Plus, they want to sell you another Switch 2 down the road. And that's also going to partake in what my decision is going to be because, like I said, I'm not going to purchase a Switch 2 right away at launch. I'm not going to purchase a launch Switch 2. I am going to wait. Now, I might buy some physical games right away, like I'll buy like the Mario Kart if a Mario Kart comes out and some other things. And I know some people say, well, that's kind of stupid. You buy the software before the hardware. Well, my thinking is because a lot of the software I might want the original boxes for. Some of the software will be harder to get because a lot of things are happening where it's harder to get these games from physical stores, and they might not carry the physical software, even though it is a launch and all that, and it's a fresh system. A lot of these companies aren't really good at keeping hard copies of stuff. And sure, I could get all my games digital, but this is like going to be the last system that we have physical games for that I still want to get, and I still like the boxes and the cases and all that are going to be cool and all that. So I still want to keep getting physical cases as much as possible on certain games and such. So that's one reason why I'm going to purchase those games first. But then I'm going to wait till the OLED version of the Switch 2 comes out, and that's when I'm going to purchase a Switch 2 for myself. Especially because I also want to wait to see how well the backwards compatibility is between Switch 1 and Switch 2 games, because maybe I'll sell my Switch 1 to somebody, give it to them for a nice cheap price or something, and they'll buy it from me, and they can get some games downloaded or whatnot. But that's also something I want to do. But before I do that, I want to make sure all my games are backwards compatible or playable on the Switch 2 as well. That's one of the things. So, like I said, LCD screen at launch. It would be cool if they had an OLED. If they did have an OLED at launch, people, yes, I would probably have to purchase it. I'd have to bring out Mr. Mike's credit card and go, okay, got to buy this. Amazon, Best Buy, whomever, got to buy this. Not GameStop, because GameStop's going. But I would buy it right away. If the OLED version did come out right away, I would buy it right away. But smarter business would be make it cheaper, keep it cheaper, put an LCD screen in right now, make an OLED version, upgrade down the road, and sell it for more and make more money. And yeah, that's what they're gonna do. I think most people would agree with that. Will it come with more than 512 gigabytes of internal storage for all those larger games they're going to be on? Because don't forget, a lot of these games, graphics, all that stuff, improved, all that stuff, they're going to need larger, especially if you're going to buy these games digitally and not physically, you're going to need larger storage on the main unit. And I'm sure I'm using the micro SD cards, and you can use the new and improved, new and improved micro SD cards that are going to be bigger and faster, the MX or whatever they call those cards. But I would love it if they put more storage on the main unit as well. Now note, putting more storage on the main unit also means more cost. Costs go up because you got to put those extra memory chips on there. So I do understand them not wanting to put that much storage, but could they at least have 512 gigabytes of storage on this unit? I would hope they would. I would hope they would do that. I would love it if they had like a terabyte on these things, but I don't think they will. Maybe if they sell a down the road version of it, maybe, but I would at least hope Nintendo would have the courtesy to give people at least 512 gigabytes of storage on these units so people can have enough storage to put their games on it and not have to go out to buy these special SD cards to put in these units, because those are going to be more costly. They're going to have to be bigger in size and a lot of stuff with that. But I would hope it would come at least with 512 gigs of memory. Some people are saying it's coming only with 256, and I'm like, well, that's stupid, but, it's Nintendo, and Nintendo thinks like Nintendo. They think of everything. What is the bare minimum? Let's put the bare minimum in every unit, and it's like, come on. People will be willing to pay a little bit more if you put more storage in it. That's the biggest thing that everybody talks about in any gaming console or hardware. We need more storage. We need more room for games, because a lot of us like to put as many games on their systems as possible. Even if we don't play them all, we like to have them all available. And the Switch is perfect for that. Will Nintendo finally fix the horrid Joy-Con drift for these new and improved Joy-Cons? Well, goddamn, I hope they do. I hope they have a little bit of Joy-Con drift. I hope they have a little bit of that hollow effect sticks, or their own version of the hollow effect sticks for these new Joy-Cons. I would hope so. I don't want to have to send a new pair of Joy-Cons back. Like right now I got that what is it called? Not the Steam what's that called? The Retro Deck. The Retro Deck. It's the big inner case thing. So I'll put my Switch into that thing and I'll play with that because that has this good sticks on it. And I don't even use the Joy-Cons anymore because I don't detach anything from my Switch. If I'm going to play my Switch, I'm going to play it either two ways. I'm going to play it either on my TV set, big picture mode, all that stuff, or I'm going to play it handheld. I'm going to have it in a nice little, connect inside a little case that is also the controller. So that's what I'm going to do, and I got to stop kicking these wires. Excuse me, folks. I'm sorry about this, but the wires keep getting kicked by me under here. I got just my headset audio wires here. But I don't know. I would hope they do, because that would be bad on them if they didn't fix these newer ones. Now, the older ones, and I heard that they're backwards compatible with the older ones and stuff, but come on, Nintendo, fix that problem. Fix it. You don't want more people pissed off at you, especially if they're going to play Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom over and over again, and Pokemon games for hours and stuff. They don't want broken Joy-Cons for that. They want those Joy-Cons to work. What might be the launch titles for the Switch 2 when it comes out? What could be the games that are going to be for launch on the Switch 2? I think I talked about this before on another GamezAttack podcast back in the day when I was predicting what Switch 2 games we might see at launch. Well, one of them we already know, and it would be stupid of them if they didn't make this a launch game, but we're going to have that new Switch 2 Mario Kart game, right? The new Mario Kart game, that is going to be a Switch 2 launch game, right? I would hope so. Haven't heard anything, but you never know. Maybe a new Mario proper game, new 3D Mario game. That's a possibility as well. Heard nothing about it, but that'd be cool. I would love to see a new Mario proper game for that. Whatever they would create. Even any Mario game would be good because it's a Nintendo Switch too. It's a Nintendo game. Nintendo hardware. You got to have a Mario game for it. People were saying a new Animal Crossing. I would think they would want to wait longer for that Animal Crossing, like during the fall season, more likely. If you're going to get a Mario Kart and maybe a Mario game, I don't know if those would be coming out at the same time, but you never know. It never happened before, but you never know. It could be the first time for anything. But I would think that, a Mario Kart, rewind. I know, it's my brain. Hold on. Okay, back. Animal Crossing game, yes. I would hope they would do that for like the fall, for the winter when everybody's inside and they're just playing. I would think, especially after the pandemic, Animal Crossing, which a lot of people were kind of having fun, but then they were getting a little bummed out. And even I was, because I feel like Nintendo keeps dropping the ball. They had it good before, but then they dropped the ball now where, you got to log in. You got to get, if you want to go into your friend's town and stuff, you got to do this whole stupid long loading rigmarole time bullshit and connecting and this and that. And it just was too stupid. It took too long. It was just too, they got to streamline that better. They got to streamline that better for the future. Will they? No, because it's Nintendo and they want to make your online experience horrible for every game that you want to play. I'm surprised that the Splatoon games worked as well as they do online and some other games. But man, for Animal Crossing, I would want it better than what they did, especially why can't I work on my own town? Oh, because somebody's coming in. I got to wait for them to load in and blah, 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 blah. Somebody's coming. You can't do shit. That's bullshit. Let me do shit as they're coming in. Let them just appear. Let things happen. Let us trade our stuff to each other. Let us trade our bells to each other. Let us have our own Animal Crossing fun, Nintendo. Stop trying to force us into your own demented Nintendo fun with Animal Crossing. Let us, the gamers, have our Animal Crossing fun, just like we used to. And like I said, they did it for the 3DS, DS, 3DS versions of Animal Crossing, which they did it quite well, where I was able to go into other people's towns and jump in and jump out, and you could still do things in your towns and stuff while people are jumping in and jumping out and not have to worry about anything. And it was a lot easier to trade bells and stuff. And then they just made it horrible for that one. And it was fun up to a point. And then, like I said, I haven't played Animal Crossing New Horizons for a long time. I like the building aspect of everything where you can build stuff in it and do stuff. Jeff Gerstmann said he didn't like that stuff too much, or no, he didn't like the decorating, I think. I didn't mind that. I like doing that stuff. What else are you going to do in Animal Crossing? You want to decorate, you want to build stuff, you want to do all that stuff, you want to have fun. That was my fun. That was my fun on that. Will they have an Animal Crossing for the holidays? Probably. I bet it'll be coming out for the holidays. Will it be a launch title? Who knows? So we did a Mario Kart, which is definitely going to happen in this Mario Kart. Mario game, maybe. Animal Crossing, maybe. Metroid, they already talked about that Metroid Prime game that's going to be a Switch 1 title, but I'm definitely sure they're going to have an updated version of it or upgraded, enhanced version or whatever for the Switch 2. Or it's going to be, they're going to say, oh, you can put the card in both Switches and they'll play on both of them. And you don't have to do anything or pay anything. Who knows? We'll see what they say about that going forward on Wednesday. We're going to see something from, a lot of stuff from Ubisoft. I would love to see a new Rayman, what was it called? Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle game. I would love to see one of those again. Will that happen? I heard the second one didn't sell as good as the first, but I like the second one too. I think they're both amazing turn-based battling games with both Rabbids and Mario. But the way Ubisoft is in development, Hell World, and all this stuff that's going on there, what else? What else? I'm thinking. What else could they have there? Probably some other weird games from Ubisoft. Maybe they'll get Assassin's Creed Shadows on there. If it's powerful enough, maybe they'll try to get that on the Switch too. That'd be pretty cool. And then, of course, Microsoft's going to drop a bunch of games. You're going to see either Gears of War, Halo. You're going to see all the other stuff, Starfield, Skyrim. People are making fun of. Well, we'll see Skyrim on there, of course. They got a bunch of stuff they can put on there, on the Switch too. They're gonna have a slew of games. Indiana Jones game's gonna be on the Switch too. We're gonna see, Minecraft, a newer probably version of Minecraft for Switch 2. What else I'm thinking here? A bunch of stuff. Maybe they'll get Game Pass on there. I don't know. Maybe they can maybe get a thing where they'll be like, hey, Nintendo, we'll give you a little bit of the profits and stuff if you let us get Game Pass on your Nintendo Switch 2, and then we make games for it. Maybe we'll have achievements. That'd be cool for these games that go on the Switch 2. I'd love to play a Microsoft Studios published game on a Switch 2 and get achievements like I did for Minecraft. That'd be cool. Madden stuff for EA. They're going to have sports games on there. Take-Two will probably have some sports games on there as well. It's hard to think beyond that stuff. I know there's a lot of people. You're going to see stuff from Sega, your Sonic, stuff like that. Persona, maybe. Maybe they'll get some more Yakuza games on there for the Switch 2. I said Persona, right? They're going to definitely have to have some Persona. They're going to have a bunch of whatever they can because they'll make money. They'll print money off of that. People will be like, ooh, I can play these games on my Switch too? Okay. Final Fantasies? Maybe Square Enix games we'll see on there probably at launch. They'll want to do some Final Fantasying or something. There's going to be some Octopath Traveler or something going on there. We're gonna definitely see some RPGs on that Switch 2 happening. what's that called? I'm trying to think. Sorry if I'm a little silent. Gonna see, and if you're watching the video version, you're seeing my face getting really weird. That's a bonus for you video people to see my weird face going, because I'm thinking, and when I think weird. Trying to think of the name. Monster Hunter. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. What's the newest one? Is it called Wilds, or is it something else? Forgive me if I don't know the Monster Hunter. But the latest Monster Hunter game, that might be a Switch 2 game. Will it be a launch game title? I don't know. Maybe we'll see some Resident Evils from Capcom. Maybe we'll see some stuff from Konami on there. Maybe a new Bomberman or something. That'd be cool. I'd like a Bomberman. I always love a good Bomberman. That's all I can think about. I'm sure I'm missing a whole slew of games and stuff, but you got to think, this is launch hardware. People are going to just shovel out the same stuff and put it on that hardware and try to make a buck. So think about all the games that came out already that could be, also they got to be working on this device because it's not going to be as powerful as like an Xbox One or PS4 or 5 or anything. They've been saying they're trying to get it to around the PS4 and Xbox One power and stuff like that. But we won't know until the streams and stuff, until people have it in hands to play it. But these games going to need to be playable on it. So like Doom and all that, it's got to be able to be playable on it. And porting games like that is going to be take a little bit of effort, but not too much. So we'll see what happens. It's not going to be, people are going to put out games. All these games you would hope would be able to be played on this new hardware. Hope. Not exact. And we're excluding basically the multiplayer games because even though Nintendo has online, we do know it's bullshit, and we know if you're going to put like Helldivers or something on this Switch 2, you're going to have a bitchin' time trying to get people, to be playable on that, unless if Nintendo updates their Switch Online capabilities, which they're not going to really do because it's Nintendo. But that's all I can think of. That's all I can think of, folks. I know. You're probably saying, well, what about this game or that game or this game and stuff like that. And there's a lot of other games in like Nintendo series that I just do not play. Maybe they'll have like another, I can't say racing game because they're going to have Mario Kart. So, and that's all that people are going to want to play at the bat. They're going to spend all this money on this new system, on this new hardware, setting it up, maybe buying a brand new micro SD, whatever special card, the XC card or whatever to get more storage. Then you got to buy the games, and people are going to be like, well, these people are going to buy like 2-3 games for the system. That's all they're going to want for a little while, and then we can get out more games. So it's not going to be the biggest. They're going to have a lot of stuff. Will they be able to? We don't even know what the Nintendo eShop's going to be like. We do not know if they're going to have all those, those, what are they called? Retro games on the store at launch. Will you be able to play all those, other systems and stuff like they've been slowly, crappily doing on that Nintendo Plus, where you can play all those older games, where most of them you could just emulate anyways, but we'll see. I'm interested. I'm very interested, even though I'm not going to buy it right away because, like I said, unless if it's an OLED version, I will wait. If they surprise me and they do an OLED version, I'll be like, shit. Because then there'll be that Xbox ROG Ally that I want to get in the future, in the near future. When Microsoft announced that with Asus, it's going to be costly. So, but otherwise, I'll probably be waiting on this system. So I'm not running out to buy it right away. But I will talk about it. And we will have a podcast dedicated to the Switch 2 on the Nintendo Direct, Switch 2 Direct, this Wednesday, when this second GamezAttack podcast goes up. Now let's talk about Mojang and Minecraft. Shall we? For a bit. I got a little rant. Now, this is going to not hopefully take too long, but you never know because it's me. So, and this is just me talking in general, what I think. And I haven't played Minecraft in a little while, but the last time I played Minecraft, I still was a little upset. And I know a lot of people probably don't feel this way, but a lot of us do. Now, I like my OG stuff. And I do like Minecraft being as OG as possible, meaning vanilla, meaning how it originally been before all the other shit was popped in. What Mojang's been doing is adding more creatures and more of this and changing up blocks left and right of the worlds and, just adding so much unnecessary stuff that I just do not want or do not even attempt to even bother with in the game of Minecraft, that it's like, Mojang, just stop adding more and more crap to the game because you feel like you got to keep the game relevant enough for people in the future to play it, of now and in the future. I just want as pure of a Minecraft experience as possible. I just want to be able to break blocks, which can turn into bricks. I want to break blocks, gather ore, build stuff, build buildings, build tunnels, build railways, build this, that, dig into the bottom of the world and stuff and battle a couple creatures, and that's it, like some zombies and some creepers and stuff like that, and that's about it. Otherwise, I don't need all these extra village people. I don't need all this extra weird blocks and stuff. It just adds too many more animals and more creatures. Okay, you got that. The worst thing that they added was that flying stingray in the air that if you don't sleep, that it comes out to bite you, sting you, and comes down at. I really hate that. And I wish those were gone out of the game. But that's just me. I'm sure other people might like it. But they got another update coming out, which it's supposed to be for better. And I don't know if I have this here. Do I have this here? I should look this up. I probably have this here. Yeah. I didn't even talk about this stuff yet. Shit. I even forgot to talk about all the shit that's coming out for the Nintendo Switch because they had that other Nintendo Direct. Well, we'll get back to it. Oh, yeah. I forgot to talk about all of that. That's what I get for not bringing it up and stuff. So Mojang. So Mojang, Minecraft. They want to add more, let's see, the vibrant visuals. Okay, Minecraft's graphics update visuals. Okay. So there's an update coming out where they're going to make things a little bit more shinier and a little bit brighter and stuff like that, which I understand is nice. That's some good stuff. I just don't like when they add more creatures and more of this and more of that. And I would hope that they would keep the simplicity, the vanilla of Minecraft before they go too far and then just make it so it's just one of those other games out there where they're just stuffing whatever they can in the game. What they should have did was have two versions of this Minecraft. Well, they do. They got the Java version, but they should have like another version where it's just pure Minecraft. We're just updating the back end. We're just updating the visuals and stuff, but we're not updating, any more creatures, this or that, and you can play at your will. And I'm sure people are going to say, well, Mr. Mike, you can turn all that off in the thing. And I'm like, yeah, you can, but then you don't get the achievement as well. I know, I'm stupid. And then the fact that they're talking about, well, we're doing this update, we're going to just keep updating this Minecraft so it can work in future platforms and stuff in the code base. But we're not working. When they mentioned, they're saying that they're not going to be making a Minecraft 2. That just pisses me off. That just pisses me off, folks, because it's like you're adding all this crap to this Minecraft. Instead of trying to maybe just update the visuals, update the code base a little bit, just keep it good as it is, because I'm happy of what Minecraft is. You don't have to add more of this crap. I'm saying take a little of this crap out of it, But I don't want any more shit stuffed into Minecraft. No Minecraft 2, because they're thinking, well, why would we do Minecraft 2? Do you think we're going to have an Earth 2? They're making a comparison in this article here. And they said Minecraft 2.0 is eventually not on the horizon, but I would say they should do a Minecraft 2, because they can have a Minecraft 2 which you can have, you got the bigger blocks now. You can have smaller blocks that you can break up. That the world of the blocks in Minecraft could be smaller, more realistic, more textured, stuff like that. You can have the areas look better and more textured. You can have the water more realistic in that world. If you use a new updated coding and stuff like that, you can keep it simple for building and distracting. You can still have your creepers and your zombies and stuff like that, but just keep it simple and whatnot. And people would probably buy that, especially if you have a good multiplayer like you do on the original Minecraft for it, and I can have my own servers and stuff. That would make Minecraft 2 a really good game. Now, they're not going to do it because I guess they're stuck in their ways, and some people are saying, well, maybe it's because it's just too hard to make a new code for a Minecraft 2. And I'm like, but they've been working on Minecraft for so long now, depending on who's still left at Mojang, that's the original people. They've been making and working on Minecraft so long, you would think they would know from the ground up how that game works, how it runs. Because that's all that Mojang basically does now is Minecraft. That's all they're known for. That's all they're doing. They did other games and stuff, but you don't know any of them. I don't remember any of them. I just know Minecraft. And to me, it feels like they need to make up from the ground up a brand new engine, all that stuff, a brand new Minecraft from the ground up. Smaller blocks, shinier stuff, ray tracing, have it all ray traced, have the water look great, have it simple, have it stuff. You can add a few more stuff here and there, or let people choose here and there what to add and not to add. And you can have a really good sequel to this really awesome game that's been around for a long time now, that people have been playing for what did they say, for 15, yeah, we're excited for 15 years. So they've been saying 15 years this game is. So I think the age of the game is a challenge. It's a 15-year-old platform. So 15 years. So Minecraft came out 15 years ago? Is that what they're saying? That's a long time ago. I want to see a Minecraft 2. This update, sure, it might look good. It might help, make the game playable better for the night missions and all that. Okay. But Mojang, stop adding crap to the game. You're just going to bog it down. You're going to bog down the shit. Let more modders get in there. Or better yet, add the ray tracing. They had ray tracing basically in Minecraft, and then they took it out for some fucking reason. They teased it, and then they took it out. Why would you do that to people like me that would love it, and then you go on to say you're not making Minecraft 2? Like I said, it's a simple little thing. It's stupid. But I just wanted to say it because I'm like, Mojang, you've been making Minecraft for a long time. Keep it vanilla as possible. Stop adding too much, because even though I haven't been playing for a while, I want to get back into it eventually. And if I get back into it and there's just a pile of shit all the time, I hate that. Another thing Mojang should do, and they should do this because other people do this, let's make a better back-end server. And I'm not talking about the ones you can pay for through Mojang and Microsoft and stuff. No, not those servers. I'm talking about for our own private servers. If I want to host my own private server, why don't we make those updatable instead of having to delete everything and move a whole bunch of packages back in and to do it? Why can't we just have it update in the background like, oh, update for this server is available. Click here and then we'll install all the new stuff for you, and we'll keep your settings if you want to keep your settings. If you want it all deleted, why can't they do that? Why do I have to drag and drop and uninstall? I have to do that. I have to put in some data to get my world recognized. I don't like that. That's a dumb way to do the back end for a Bedrock server or something. Mojang, have an updatable server option for us, and make it the Minecraft server also make it easier. So if I want to get it online to play with other people outside and, you know, internally on my LAN, make it easier for people to detect it outside and inside. Have it even where they can just log into the Minecraft, into their world of Minecraft, log in with my credentials or whatever. I'll create like a little name for my Minecraft server and whatnot, and then I can have like a password and just have a screen pop up for them. So if they want to get into my world, I just give them like a 4-digit code or a password or something, and they can just get right in and they can play with me and everything else. Why don't they make that more simplistic? They could do that. Mojang, if you're listening, you should do that. Make the Bedrock, make the host our private custom home-based Minecraft servers, make them easier to update and to put out there. Because the last time I tried to put my Minecraft servers out there, it was not working, and then I haven't tried since. I usually just run it off my LAN. But if I want other people to come in, like any of you guys that listen to this podcast, if you like to play on a Minecraft server or something, and you want to maybe jump into my server, I got to figure all that shit out. And I originally had it all figured out, and then it stopped working, and then I can never figure it out again. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Anyway, small little annoyances that you know, annoy me. It's my problem. It's an internal problem, but still, Mojang, have better server support for personal servers and stuff. Now let's get back to Nintendo again, because we did have a Nintendo Direct, and they didn't announce for last week's Nintendo Direct. It was just all Switch 1 games, which I'm sure are going to be playable on the Switch 2. I'm just going to quickly go through them and announce what they were. It's not the biggest news to me. There was nothing really big to me, but to a lot of you, yes. Like Dragon Age Quest 1 plus 2 HD 2D remake. So following after Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D, the prior two games are coming to Nintendo Switch as the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D remakes sometime this year. It's got the same visual style as the DQ3 update and blah, 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 blah. So there you go, guys. There's one of your games remakes. No Sleep for Name Date from AI, the Somnum file. What the Somnum files? So a new entry in the AI, the Somnum file series. No Sleep for K-Name Date sees a protagonist of the first AI searching for the missing Iris, solve puzzles and investigate mysteries to find her on July 25th, 2025. So this is coming out July 25th, 2025 for No Sleep for K-Name Date from AI, the Somnum files. Wow, that's a hard title to read. They should have made that a lot easier. Raidu Remastered. Raidu. It's probably Raidu. Raidu Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. There's another game. More games that I just do not care about. Shadow Labyrinth. Shadow Labyrinth. That's coming out July 18, 2025. Oh, the Raidu Remastered is June 19, 2025. So if anybody wanted to know that. And then Shadow Labyrinth is coming out July 18, 2025. They announced Petapon 1+2 Replay. I thought Petapon was a Sony owned thing. I guess not. I thought it was something that was Sony owned, but I guess not. So Patapon 1+2 replay. It's going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. New gameplay features look to support players, including always showing commands. The beat gate gets going on July 11th, 2025. So, Patapon. Awesome. Replay. Story of the Seasons Grand Bazaar. That's coming out August 27th, 2025. So the end of the summer. One of those other, RPGs. Oh, it's an infamous Farming Life Sim series. Returns to the story of Seasons. Farming Sim. There you go. Then they showed off Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the game that everybody's been talking about, We're waiting very patiently for it to be announced for release. It's still being reaffirmed that it's coming out this year in 2025. Then people were complaining that Sambus has psychic powers, because I guess in this one she gets psychic powers and some other stuff, and people were like, oh no, it's running the way of Metroid Prime with psychic powers. Oh no. Okay, whatever. Because people are weird about Metroid Prime. I never really cared about Metroid Prime games. This one looked okay, but I still don't care about it. Sorry. I tried some Metroid Prime games, just never got into them. Never played that recent one, that side-scrolling one that they had. What was it? Metroid Prime something for the Switch. Never tried it, but it's not my cup of tea for those. No, sorry. Disney Villains Cursed Cafe. Woo, because, all these kids want to play Disney Villains Cursed Cafe. That seems like a piece of pile of shit. Witchbrook. Okay, what's this? The long-awaited spell crafting and witchery life sim from Chucklefish showed off some new gameplay. Oh, great. So Witchbrook. No dates on these. I guess, let's see here. Yeah, no dates for these games. The Eternal Life of Goldman. Looks like a side-scrolling kind of a game. I'm surprised they didn't show off Cuphead or a Cuphead 2 or something like that. Weren't they supposed to be working on a Cuphead 2 or something? That studio? I haven't heard much about that in them. Gradius Origins celebrate the 40th anniversary of Gradius games with the collection of classic arcade shmups, including the brand new Salamander 3. Gradius Origins arrives on August 7, 2025. Okay, so there you go on that. Rift of the Necrodancer. The Crypt of the Necrodancer crew takes on rhythmic battles and fun minigames later today. So that would mean it came out on that direct time. The Celeste DLC also adds some music and characters from the famous platformer and more DLC on the way. Okay. Tamagotchi Plaza. Yay, you can play some Tamagotchi in the plaza. More crap games to me. That's coming out June 27, 2025. So there you go. Pokemon Legends Z through A. Still set sometime later in 2025. Nintendo showed some more gameplay of Pokemon Legends Z through A and its wild areas around the Limco City. New Pokemon won't just appear in grassy areas, but around rooftops and other parts of the city as well. Woo! Haven't played a Pokemon game since the ones that came out for the Switch, and I played the Pikachu one, the remake of the Pikachu one. What was it? Pokemon Pikachu edition. And then they came out with the proper ones, and those were the ones that I played, and that was it. So more Pokemon, people, if you want it or not. Rhythm Heaven Groove. A new entry in the classic Nintendo Rhythm series on the way with Rhythm Heaven Group. Oh, God. Groove. Boy, I couldn't say that properly. Sometime in 2026 this is coming out for Rhythm Heaven Groove. And then they talked about virtual game cards on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo is introducing a new system for playing games, mimicking physical card games with something called virtual game cards. Is this something like, let me guess, like Steam does from Valve with their virtual cards? I'm guessing. These will let you shift games between two Switch systems by virtually ejecting and loading games into each console. Okay, that's something different than I was thinking of. Okay, these will let you shift. Okay, I thought this was something different. I should read what it is. So, okay, Nintendo is introducing a new system for playing games, mimicking physical game cards. Okay, I thought it was a whole thing. With something called virtual game cards. These will let you shift games between two Switch systems by virtually ejecting and loading games into each console and allow limited lending between members in your Nintendo account family group. So if you buy digital games, you will be able to switch those to each person's handheld. Okay. So they can have it and you pop it out on one, you put it in another, it'll start to stream and then load in and then they can play the game. Okay, that's totally different than I was thinking. So Xnay, the whole Steam thing, I thought these were for that. Okay, so this is something like, I don't know, other people do. I think, who else does this? Doesn't Microsoft do this sort of with games? Before you play them, you can load them in and stuff, sort of like that. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Fantasy Life the Girl Who Steals Time. Okay. And then they got a sizzle reel, I guess they had going on. I didn't watch this direct. I'm just reading everything because I know I don't really care about many of the games that are coming out. So, High on Life, May 6th. There we go. There's one game I care about. I'm surprised that wasn't on there already. So High on Life is coming out May 6th. This was in their sizzle reel, I guess. Star Overdrive, April 10th. The Wandering Village, July 17th. King of Meat, 2025. Lose Lagoon Summer, 2025. Fantasy Life the Girl Who Steals Time, that's May 21st, 2025. So there they got that. And then, let's see here. We got more stuff here. Sega Frontier 2 Remastered, another Sega series classic, is getting an updated look with Sega Frontier 2 Remastered, featuring the original story and brand new levels. Oh, it's SAGA Frontier 2, probably. That's probably how I have to say it. It's not Sega in proper, I guess. And I guess that picturesque take on the classic arrives later today on Nintendo Switch, so that's already out. Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3, the official Nintendo Switch trailer came. So several classic puzzle games from mobile devices, Monument Valley 1 and 2, are set to get you scratching your head on April 15, 2025. Also, Monument Valley 3 will bring even more gorgeous vistas and puzzles to the Switch this summer. So, puzzle games. There you go. Everybody Golf Hot Shots. What? Is this a Hot Shots Golf? A new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is teed up for the green on Nintendo Switch. Tournament challenges, rivals, and more await, as well as some of the sillier modes like Wacky Golf. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots arrives sometime this year. That seems interesting. Is this by the Hot Shots Golf people? Because they have Hot Shots Golf on PlayStation. So Everybody's Golf. This is probably not them. I can watch the trailer very quickly, so hold on. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Xnay that because the trailer wasn't loading on this site, so couldn't watch it. So there's a golf game. It looks pretty good, at least at the picture. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Marvel's finest beat 'em up in this throwback arcade-style brawler. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, made by the same team by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. You can run it solo or team up with up to 4 players. Local or co-op play, fight for the fate of the Marvel Universe in this holiday season. So basically, like they said, basically like the people that made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. So similar to that game. Okay. Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream official reveal trailer. Tamagotchi Life, we just had a Tamagotchi. So Tamagotchi Life returns. Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. The first new entry in over 10 years sees various Tamagotchi living life out at sea, getting married, dancing, blah, blah, blah. So it's like The Sims with Tamagotchis. Okay, don't really care. And then Miyamoto came out and showed off this little new app that Nintendo made, this crappy app called Nintendo Today. It's a little app that shows you the time, the date, or I think the date. I don't know about the time. Delivers news on Nintendo stuff, comics, and more for Nintendo fans. I'm sure it's going to do some other stuff. Miyamoto confirmed that after the Switch 2 Direct next week, more information about the Switch 2 will be published on the Today app, which goes live now. So if you want it, download it. I'm not going to download it. I don't need it. Unless if it has a lot of great stuff. I don't want it. I don't need it. Nintendo Direct games list March 2025. All announcements. There's still a lot in store for next week with the Nintendo Switch 2 Focus Direct on April 2nd. But as of this Direct had a surprising number of games and announcements for both this year and the future of the Switch. Here's everything announced. I already talked about everything. I could go through the list very quickly for you guys one more time. Dragon Quest 1, 2 plus 2 HD2 remake. No Sleep for Kanmei date from AI, The Solomon Files. Shit. Raydu remastered The Mystery of the Soulless Army. Shadow Lambreth. Patapon 1 plus 2 replay. Story of the Seasons. Grand Bazaar. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Disney Villains Cursed Cafe. Witchbrook. The Eternal Life of Goldman. Gradius Origins, Rift of the Necromancer, Tamagotchi Plaza, Pokemon Legends Z through A, Rhythm Heathen Groove, virtual game cards on Nintendo Switch, which is not something that they're releasing. It's just a thing that it's going to happen. High on Life, Star Overdrive, The Wandering Village, King of Meat, Luz Lagoon, Summer, Fantasy Life, I, The Girl Who Steals Time, SAGA Frontier 2, because I don't think they want you to say Sega. Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3. Everybody's Golf. Hot Shots, which I think that would Hot Shots golf game, but I guess not. I don't know. And my nose is going crazy. Sorry about that. People watching this video. Hold on 1 second again. Man. See, like the best way not to worry about editing out stuff and not doing a live podcast, you can pause. Where was I? So is that Everybody's Golf Hot Shots? I gotta look that up. I'm not gonna look it up now, but I'll look it up later. I really want to know if that's an actual Hot Shots golf like thing. But it's Everybody's Golf. So, but they call it Hot Shots, which I'm like, shouldn't that? You would think. I don't know. You would think that Sony has that name for Hot Shots. Or I don't know. That they would sue or something about it. You know what I mean? Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream, and Nintendo Today. And then, like I said, as you hear this or watch this, hopefully before April 2nd, that's when we'll get the Switch 2 more talk. And the original Nintendo Switch was launched on March 3rd, 2017. That's what it says here down here. Do I believe this? I don't remember. It's been a while. I kind of believe it. Also, there was a Nintendo Switch 2 image on the Nintendo Today app. Confirms mystery Joy-Con button is indeed the C button. So there's some information coming out from the Nintendo Switch Nintendo Today app that it's indeed a C button. So there's another third button on the one Joy-Con, and it's a C button. I don't know what it's for. They're not telling us yet. Some people are thinking this C button is for stuff for like if you hit it, that maybe you can wirelessly cast the Switch 2 to a TV wirelessly, or screen sharing of some kind, which they already have on the other side of the Switch. So I don't think it's screen sharing, but maybe that'd be cool if you could just do like Google does, with you can stream your stuff, your videos to your TV and stuff. I can do that with other stuff. Maybe Nintendo's trying to use that technology where you can stream like a second screen or something to the TV from your Switch 2. That would be cool. Not just if you don't want to have it plugged in or something, or if you doing like a lot of people are saying maybe if you're doing like a Mario Maker or something, you can do that, or that'd be interesting. I would be very interested on what that C button does. But because it can't have anything to do with gameplay, because if they did that for gameplay, then the other Joy-Con, the left Joy-Con, would have to have that C button as well, right? So it has to be something for a settings or to cast. Another weird thing is, and if you look at the Joy-Cons, which you can't, unless if you look online, these new Joy-Cons, just like the old Joy-Cons, people are going to be holding these. If you're holding it, like if you hook up the two Joy-Cons to the system, whatever, you got to be very careful not to hit that or something. Like if you hit the C button and it's for casting, man, that could be so easily hit, and then it could just move and stuff. Ooh, that'd be interesting. But that'd be interesting. That's an interesting thing. I'm hoping that's what that would be. That'd be pretty cool. I'm going to just cast my Switch 2. I don't have to plug it into the dock or anything. I'll just cast it to the TV. So if you want to play like Mario Maker or something, that'd be cool. That would be awesome. Is that what it's going to be for? Probably not. It's probably going to be something totally different. If we know Nintendo ain't going to be listening to doing the same things we're thinking of. No. So we're done with all that. I'm done with Nintendo Switch 2 predictions because, like I said, when you listen to this or watch this in 2 days, we're going to have the Nintendo Direct Switch 2 Direct. So we're going to get all the information there, dates, times, all that, release dates, how much the system's going to be cost, what the software is going to be, what we're going to be doing, and how much we're all going to be spending on this stuff going forward, because Apple, the video game industry called Nintendo, will make money off this hand over foot. It doesn't matter what people are thinking. People are like, oh, it's not going to sell as good as the first one. Maybe it will. It might. It probably will. So why don't we get out of this? And we only got a few news stories that I brought up here because you know what? I wanted to end this podcast a bit earlier because don't forget I'm doing another podcast. It's still going longer than I thought it was going to go, but I had a lot of talk about Nintendo and all that stuff going on, and of course Minecraft. So here I threw away most of the news stories that were happening around. I know there's probably some other ones, but I heard other people talk about them, and I didn't really hear about anybody talk too much about these news stories. So basically, I'm going to talk about these. So here is the games news that is the games news of this podcast.
Set the stage alight. Mr. Mike's got the scoop, he ain't holding back. Dropping bombs on the gaming industry track. Hear the thunder, feel the roar. Game Talk Newz gonna settle the score. From E3 to PAX, they got it all. The highs and lows, ready to brawl.
And there we go. Games news, folks. So we got some games news here that I have ready up to share with you guys. It's not going to be too long for all of them. First one that I thought you Avowed people, and I should have mentioned this when I was talking about Avowed, but I didn't. But Avowed has a release update, version 1.31 coming out soon. or it has already come out. Let me see here. Has it already come out? Okay, it recently received update 1.31. Here we go. Which is going to fix bugs, enhance the UI, and improves performance on the Xbox Series X and X for Avowed. Nice. Avowed players are still clamoring for a new Game Plus feature. Oh, I heard that, but then that would mean they would have to have respawning enemies or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be DLC for this game. Obsidian promises more Avowed updates through 2025. So basically, Avowed recently received update 1.31, which improves a few UI elements and addresses a handful of bugs that have plagued the RPG. I didn't have too many bugs with it. I didn't notice any bugs with it. It's been playing pretty damn well on my PC and ROG Ally. Most notably, the patch also comes with a few community requested features, which include an option for high contrast support in some UI screens and a native anti-aliasing option for FSR. Additionally, the new update will provide performance improvements on the Series X and S, improving the game when played on the beauty and balance modes in larger cities. Overall, this is a fairly simple patch, much smaller than previous Avowed update and update 1.3.0. Unfortunately, this has not brought features such as New Game Plus to Avowed among the community. New Game Plus is one of the most asked for features in Avowed. How would you do that? Does that just mean you restart the whole game with all your stuff and then you go through and play the whole game with everything that you have to start off with? Is that what they want to do? And then you get to battle the same creatures and stuff? I think I'd be done with one. If they had to add DLC to it after the fact, sure. But there's plenty of game, there's plenty to do. So that's something that I didn't really care about. But yeah, higher contrast support for several UI screens, added native anti-aliasing option for FSR. That's cool. Quests, they fixed some quests here. More UI fixes and improvements. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm just looking at a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Setting to hide XP notifications now behaves as expected. Yeah, I'm looking at everything. It's looking pretty good. They did a bunch of stuff. I like it. Like I said, folks, play Avowed. It's pretty fun. If you got Game Pass, or if not, or if you're gonna get it on PlayStation, definitely, definitely a great game. I think they did a really good job in Avowed, and yeah, it's a great game. It's definitely a great game. You know what was not considered a great game by Square Enix, and I heard this from other people as well. The latest Life is Strange double exposure, reportedly a large loss for Square Enix, states analyst who adds the company's IP fundamentally varies too much between good and bad. I haven't played it yet. I have purchased it because it went on sale on Xbox or PC, PC, Xbox for PC and the PC store for Xbox. I can't even say that right. And I can play it both on my console and my ROG Ally and PC, so cross-platform play. But I purchased it because it was cheap. It was only like $30. Haven't played it yet. I will play it eventually. I want to play this, but I have it, and I do want to see what it's like because I did like all the other ones. It's sad because that means if this is not doing as well and this franchise ain't doing it for Square Enix, they're not gonna make another Life is Strange game. You do know that. This might be it for Life is Strange, unfortunately. And that's sad to think about because at first I did not, a long time ago when the Life is Strange games came out, I did not know nothing about them or care about them. And then I started playing the first Life is Strange game and I just didn't really get into it. Now I went back and played it again. And then I got into it and I'm like, oh shit, these games are amazing. And it's got this deep story with Alex and Chloe and all the characters. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, and I go and I play The Life is Strange Before the Storm, and then I played The Life is Strange 2, and I had the brothers, because it left and it went and had the brothers, and then I had the other Life is Strange with what's her name? Oh shit, the lady girl with the glasses. What's her name? The last one that they did. Oh shoot, what was that called? I'm sorry, forgot that one. Whatever her name was. And I'm thinking, well, they're going to eventually bring all these characters together eventually. And then they announced Life is Strange Double Exposure, where, Alex comes back as more of an adult now, older. I don't know if Chloe comes back or whatever. Probably not. I don't know what it is. She still does her mind stuff and all of that. I'm very interested in it. I don't know. I don't care if people, what other people think about this. I'm sure it's going to be a decent game. Because even Life is Strange 2 and the other one, the last one, was pretty good and people didn't really super care about it. Max Caulfield. I called her Alex. Sorry, Max Caulfield. Excuse me. Editing note on the podcast, it's Max Caulfield. I called her Alex. Yeah, I'm sad about that. Like I said, I haven't played the game, so I don't know what the game is like and all that stuff. But hopefully it gets another chance. I don't know. It's Square Enix. They don't like to give more chances really too much. Eventually they're gonna drop it. That's what they do over there, except for Final Fantasy. I'm just reading here on other stuff that they talk about. Nothing really different. It's just it wasn't a bestseller, wasn't a good seller for them, and yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame for that franchise. It's a good franchise. I like it. I liked where it was heading, so it's a shame. GTA 6 is basically a huge meteor, and we will stay clear of the blast zone. Publishers are in a frenzy over when to release their games to avoid Rockstar. So all the developers out there that are making games are scared of this one game, this one franchise called Grand Theft Auto 6, and yeah, it's going to be a big juggernaut of a game. I know that for a fact, but shit, why is everybody scared about it? If people are very, let's just say, proud of their own games and their own work, why are they being scared about this one game here? Sorry, excuse me. I was just checking up something on my phone here. Why? I know it's a big juggernaut. I know I'm a GTA fanboy myself. I cannot wait till GTA 6 comes out. I hope it's really good. I hope I'm wrong on a lot of this stuff, and I'm hoping it's going to be a game that I can play for a very long time, and then maybe if it has online, which I'm sure eventually maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know, because we know nothing really about the game except for the main protagonist, Lucille, and stuff. If maybe I'll play some online if it has it, but I won't be too far into it like other people are. I'll play a bunch of it, and then I'll probably jump off of it. I won't be in it like people are now, where they're still playing Grand Theft Auto Online. But I do like how Grand Theft Auto games are. I am interested in having a female protagonist as the main character this time around. First for a Rockstar game. And I like the area. I like what some of the stuff they're doing. I'm hoping it's not too stupid, but yeah. Should these other companies, publishers, and be scared of them coming out with this game? Well, yes and no, but here's the thing. Don't you guys have to eat? Don't you guys have to put out these games eventually? So why are you all tiptoeing around this game now? And if your games are ready, why don't you put them out now, soonish now, before GTA 6 officially announced again with another trailer and announcement trailer and when it comes out and all that stuff. And so far Microsoft hasn't been worried too much. They've got games coming out for the rest of this year, all these months, and they're not holding back on anything. It seems kind of silly that people, because not everybody likes Grand Theft Auto games and not everybody wants to play a Grand Theft Auto game, but still, yet it's the juggernaut that still has a fan base that will buy it day one and play it forever. I'm one of them. I'm going to buy it. Hopefully day one, play it. My Xbox will get a lot of work out with GTA 6 because don't forget, it's not going to be out on PC and it's definitely not going to be out on Game Pass or PC Game Pass or the PC Xbox store anytime soon, if at all. So I will be definitely playing this via my Xbox. Another a good reason to still have an Xbox or a PlayStation 5. So yeah, I think other companies should be proud of their own games and works and how those are unique and different than a Grand Theft Auto. Now, if their games are like Grand Theft Auto-esque, okay, sure. But if your games are unique and stuff, I'm sure there's going to be people wanting to buy your games instead of a Grand Theft Auto 6 because they're going to be like, oh, they got this game coming out. Sure, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, but I'm more of this type of guy, or I want to play a puzzle, the game, or this game, or that game. I just don't get it. Don't be scared of one game coming out. And if they're not going to announce it, what are you going to keep waiting until they do? And then you got to wait till the game is out, and then you got to keep waiting till, it just seems like a bad business decision on all these scared companies. I don't know. I don't know how many companies and people are holding back games, and I don't know what the games are that they're so scared about trying to release because they're so scared that GTA 6 will be coming out that it'll push them away. I don't know what those games could be, but it seems sad. What can I say? It seems sad to me. I think anybody should put out the game. If you feel like your game's good enough, put it out. Doesn't matter when. Put it out. Do some decent advertising. I know games like this will come and they will demolish, but shit, if that happens, just re-release the game down the road. Make a special re-release edition. Hey, everybody, we got a re-released edition of this game coming out again. Get it now. Buy it. We took the original game offline. We put in this one in. Buy it. Play it. It's awesome. Something like that. I don't know. Just don't hold it and just wait until the Grim Reaper finally comes a calling to drop Grand Theft Auto 6's release date down so you guys can go, okay, we're putting it here and there and away from here and there. And, I don't think Nintendo gives a shit about Grand Theft Auto 6 releasing unless if it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch, which that'd be big news. Be like, what? Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be playable on a Nintendo Switch too? What? No way. I doubt that would ever happen. But they got the original Grand Theft Autos on the Nintendo Switch, so you never know. Never know. Depends on how powerful it is. I'm sure Rockstar would love to get some Switch money. Maybe not. I don't know. Embattled Ubisoft forms subsidiary for IPs like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six with the help of $1.16 billion or approximately $1.25 billion investment from mega group Tencent. So basically they're making a sub-company within Ubisoft, just like how Google did with Alphabet. Google is Google, Alphabet is Alphabet, and then you got Google and stuff now. So basically that's what Ubisoft is trying to do. They're trying to pull a Google and they're trying to build a subsidiary subsidiary company. Man, I sound shitty when I say that. Subsidiary company based on Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six brands, which is going to be a separate company that is going to be having $1.25 billion investment from Tencent, which I don't know how well that's going to be doing. That seems like a bad deal, but okay. But they need that investment money. The news comes hot on the heels of the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which just passed the 3 million player mark. Ubisoft suffered a number of high-profile flops, layoffs, and studio closures, and game cancellations in the run of up to Assassin's Creed Shadows release. And there are numerous pressure on it to succeed after the company's share price hit an historic low. Ubisoft stated that its subsidiary company is valued at approximately $4.3 billion and is based in France and will focus on building game ecosystems designed to become truly evergreen and multi-platform. That's just a bunch of bullshit business jargon saying, hey, we're just making a separate company so we can not worry about if a title fails in the main company, and we can have two separate share prices and all this other bullshit. You know, it's a bunch of business back company bullshit to make themselves split the stock or whatever, make the company seem better than one way or another. And, you know, that's what it is. Tencent's stake amounts to 25%. So basically they own 25% of this new company. Ubisoft added, backed by greater investment and boosted creative capabilities or capacities, it will drive further the increased quality of narrative solo experiences, expand multiplayer offerings with increased frequency of content release, introduce free-to-play touch points, and integrate more social features. So more company bullshit talk instead of saying, hey, let's just make these games cheaper and safer, better, smaller, you know. They're not going to do that. Also, Ubisoft stated it will focus on development of Ghost Recon and Division franchises to grow its top performing titles or games. And then they talk more and more bullshit about the committed to creating and this and the players and this and that. Even our company's in shambles and we fucked up royally because we had all these other sexual shit going on behind the scenes and all this other crude and behaviors and everything else. And our games just got too bloated and too not creative and too big and too costly and etc., and how you don't run the company. And then we made these bad business decisions like Skull and Bones and where's our Beyond and Good and Evil 2, which I never played the first one yet, but still, where's the Beyond and Good and Evil 2 that everybody's waiting for? Like I said, I'll give Ubisoft a little money here and there because sometimes their games are great. Like, I love Star Wars Outlaws. I just got to get back to it. I just got to get back into it. I don't know why people didn't care for it, but I just got to get back into it myself. I do definitely want to get Assassin's Creed Shadows because that looks like a gung-ho game and everybody's having a bunch of balls of fun with that game. But gotta wait. Gotta wait till the price drops a little bit. I gotta wait till I finish up a bunch of other games. There's so many games to play. I don't really need to get these games. And it's not Ubisoft's fault. It's just me not having that time and fundage to be buying all these new games all at once. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. Or will Microsoft eventually be buying up another company or subsidiary company of a company and get some more franchises under their belt? Interesting. Very interesting. We'll see how this all goes. But like I said, it's a bunch of company back-end bullshit that tries to keep the stocks good or split the stock and try to keep it so that the company doesn't look as bad as it is. And will it succeed? I don't know. The Guillemot family wants to hold on to that company. Ubisoft, with the iron fist, they created it. They want to hold on to it as hard as possible. They don't want to give it up. Nope, they don't want to give up the ghost. So this final news story, which of course everybody would see coming, and I don't care because I haven't been to this company. I haven't been to this store, any of them. I don't even know where there is one anymore. I think I saw one. I think there's one by my work or something. GameStop. Remember them? The company that back in the day used to be split. It used to be EB Games back in the day. And then I guess GameStop was another company and they bought EB Games and they took over and they all became GameStops and they all went to shit eventually. But they were great. They used to go there for internet launches. They used to have stuff. Well, now they're just shit. They're nothing. They don't have good sales. They don't have good storefront products. There's just nothing good about that company anymore, you know. And it was of an era. And now we're out of that era and we're in the digital era more and more digital purchases of games and franchises. And, well, the times have changed and GameStop is planning to go a different route again, especially after their bogus stock up and downage. GameStop plans to close a significant number of stores, which they don't have that many of anymore, and invest in Bitcoin. Yay! Oh, great. Because why not? Why not invest in this very arbitrary, schemish digital coin that's not even really the best thing to do at this point? Yeah, if they're going to do that. Because that's the only thing they can think of. They lost all hope on everything else. So I wonder where all their stuff is going from all these stores, because I'm sure they still got a vast collection. They got rid of all their old school gaming stuff, so they stopped doing that. That's when I really kind of left and stopped by at GameStop. I used to go there for Funko Pops, but I'm like, you got so many Funko Pop stores out there. I don't need to go in there anymore. And they didn't have any good collectibles. And games, just the games were not really good sales, nothing. They had to have better sales, and they just didn't. They failed in multiple fronts for consumer pleasure and stuff. And, you know, even with Amazon, I don't even shop at Amazon because, like I said, everything's digital, so I could get every game I want digitally directly from Xbox or Nintendo or whatever. Like I said, Nintendo games are the only games I'd still buy physically, and you can go to Walmart and stuff for that stuff. So GameStop's getting into Bitcoin, as it's added the cryptocurrency as a treasury reserve asset. In a recent filing, GameStop confirmed it will be closing an unspecified but significant number, so most of them, number of stores this year in 2025. No, they have not stated how many and where. The Bitcoin and Treasury Reserve asset. So I guess it's just so they can keep themselves from going and filing Chapter 11. GameStop has gone through several rounds of closures already. The U.S. has seen 590 locations shut down and an overall count reduced to 2,325 as of February 1st. The global count stands at 3,203, down from the peak of roughly 6,000 stores worldwide. Wow, that's a lot of GameStop stores. But everybody else, you know, the PlayOn and all those other stores closed down elsewhere around the world. So, yeah. Yeah, GameStop has not been doing good. And I can see them just going under or going all digital and just being digital GameStop. Hey, you want to buy games from us still and trade-ins and stuff? We'll do it all via the internet. I can see that, especially with the cryptocurrency thing. And then also, and this is part of the news story, but not. This is could be its own news story, but part of it. The good news is former magazine Game Informer has also been recently resurrected. Not by GameStop. They have been purchased by this company called Gunzilla Games. Never heard of it. Never heard of them. The magazine has been reestablished with all its staff laid off on its last day, returning, not everybody, but most people, and plans to renew efforts across physical and digital. So they're going to bring the magazine back physically and digitally. And I'm interested because I liked Game Informer magazine, even though GameStop owned it and stuff like that, and they had all their advertisements in there. But I liked that magazine because there was a lot of great articles and stuff, and they just had it had a great overall feel. And it's been like one of the longest running, I heard, gaming magazines out there. Compared to like Xbox and PlayStation magazine, Nintendo magazine stuff, when they all eventually went down. And then I lost all my video game magazines. I think there's still PC Gamer out there. I don't know. I haven't been to a magazine section at all. But if Game Informer magazine does come back fully, I don't know what they're going to do to come back. Oh, okay. So this is from Neil Bloodcamp's video game studio. Oh, okay. So this is from the Neil Bloodcamp, the director of movies. He also has, I guess, a video game studio. So I guess that's who's bringing it back. Okay, that's cool. That's gotcha. Don't know nothing yet, but like I said, if they start doing, if they have, let's see here. Oh, they got the Game Informer thing back here. Let's see. Magazine archive access, create an account. Huh. That's interesting. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll create an account with them. And then eventually when they do bring back the magazine, maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll have that as my magazine again, and I can have the physical, or if they have a good digital edition that I can read on my tablet or something. Because I didn't like the digital edition at first when they had it on tablet. And I do like physical magazines still. And it's sent to my house. And I would like to have a magazine subscription again, because I always liked reading all my gaming magazines. I would read them all. I'd have my Xbox, my PlayStation, my Nintendo. I had 3 magazines coming all the time to me, and I'd be like, yeah. And Game Informer would be 4, but that would be free with the subscription, the $15 subscription to, the GameStop Club or whatever it's called, the Game Power Club, whatever. But, yeah, I hope that does good. Don't give a crap about GameStop right now. It's been a while. It's been a lot of stuff. The future, it's not set. But times have changed. As you all know, folks, times have changed. And you know what else is time for? It's time to end this podcast. So, everybody, thank you for joining me. Like I said, in a couple days, we will have another podcast, the GamezAttack podcast special of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, happening April 2nd, 2025, where we will find out, hopefully, everything that we need to know and more. I will do a podcast on it. I will watch it and probably talk over it. I will not do it live. It will be a podcast and a video podcast. So it'll be a video version and a audio version. And yeah, so that'll be Wednesday this week. And I'll also have a video dropping, a let's play of shit. What's that called? What's he called? Wow. Folks, excuse me for my stupidness, but that's just me in a nutshell. Mullet Madjack, thank you. Had to look up my own stuff. So sad on my part, so sad. I will have the video, the Let's Play of Mullet Madjack up also on Wednesday. And on Friday, of course, I'll be streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, as we continue our adventures with Captain Majima and crew. Yes, they try to find the Esperanza treasure and stuff. Which, we'll see. That's going to be a great... I can't wait. I'm going to be sad when that game ends and I beat everything and I play everything. But that's what's happening this week. It's going to be a busy week. Pretty busy week, gaming-wise. So everybody, until next time, if I can get this right. Until next time, I'm Mr. Mike. You can go subscribe to my YouTube channel, OldFreakyGamer. That's all one word if you want to search for it. Or you could go to youtube.com/OldFreakyGamer. You could go to my website, it's youtube.com/OldFreakyGamer-2023. Sorry. It will not work if you don't put the -2023 in. I put the -2023 in because I restarted my whole website initiative on 2023s. You could go to my website, OldFreakyGamer.com, where you could get this podcast. You can watch it. You could get the audio versions of the podcast. You could get them on all your podcast apps as well. My archive, my calendar, the schedule of when I'm posting stuff or doing my streams, streams are always on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, unless if I specifically state otherwise. I don't think there's anything else here. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I'm Mr. Mike. This has been... Wait, that's the start, right? Yeah, why did I have the start? Got the finish. Here's the finish. Excuse me. Like I said, hitting wrong buttons today. So until Wednesday, next time, everybody, Mr. Mike here saying game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button. This show is now game over. Peace.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up, so I can make